The fire was so prolonged throughout the entire month of May, but it really fell into two chapters in terms of how it affected Noralta Lodge. The first was the first half of May when the fire was threatening the community of Fort McMurray and the entire region of Wood Buffalo, but because of our northern proximity to the city, we were never under any physical risk during that time. So that gave us the good fortune to be able to help our neighbors because we were a safe area that they could evacuate to, and because of the number of rooms that we have in the region, we were able to intake all of the evacuees, help direct them to other areas, ensure that they had shelter and food, try to supply them with information. May is a busy time in the oil sands region, so on May 3rd we were already full with regular customers that were performing spring maintenance on all of the plants in the regions. So on the afternoon of May 3rd, when word went out, I think from the mayor and then the premier, to proceed north to Noralta Lodge, simply because we're the biggest facility north of the city, a tweet went out and word went on the news that Noralta would be a safe place to go. Well, we were full. So we already had 3,500 people on site plus a full staff contingent, so we didn't really have any rooms, but our staff gave up their rooms, workers gave up their rooms. We used hallways and recreational spaces and dining rooms, and we were able to accommodate just in the physical buildings, several thousands of people. In addition to all the people that came into our property with their cars, we were able to provide them with water and food, and some people elected to stay in their cars waiting for word that it might be safe to evacuate south again. So we had several thousands of people in a 3,500 person facility that was already full, but the way everyone made space for each other in their time of need was remarkable. So it was a unique opportunity because of our geographic location to offer assistance during a tremendous amount of need. And that was really the first half of May where we were able to first assist the evacuees, and then after that we were able to assist the first responders and then Alberta Health Services and some of the people that were coming into the region to start getting the city back on its feet. And then mid-May that really changed. The winds shifted, and at a time where we were not previously at risk, all of a sudden we were physically at risk now. So we shifted from being a safe area to now a very dangerous area. And now we were evacuated in a very serious way because the fire was coming right at us. And the evening of May 16th, I'll never forget it, we got a phone call with much more intensity than we had in the past, asking us to initiate our 1-hour evacuation procedures, which we did. And then later that evening we got a phone call ensuring that all the people were safely out of our facilities because their fire models and the wind forecasts suggested that we wouldn't make it through the night. And that was very different for us because up until that point we had been a safe area, almost a site where people could count on to be safe. That all changed, and now we were at risk, and we went from being able to help the community during their time of need to now we were very much in need, and the community absolutely responded, particularly the producers in the region. They all came to our aid with industrial firefighting equipment. Some of our neighbors, our lodging neighbors in the region, assisted us as well, and the community of Fort McKay all came to our aid in terms of being able to ensure that we didn't lose our buildings. At the end of the day, they are just buildings, but we were concerned about the job losses that would result from losing 3,500 rooms, and then our inability, if we did lose those rooms, to help all the producers get the plants up and running and get people back to work and be there for the community during the rebuilds. Looking how people stand up to the test of adversity, I just look at how the people that reside there, that live there, that have businesses there, they had to be peeled out of there. I mean, people wanted to stay. People wanted to fight until the last minute. People wanted to take matters into their own hands to protect their neighbors' houses, protect their businesses. It was really the only reason why any fleeing happened was because it was a dire situation and it was required to be safe. But people just were reluctant to leave because they care so much about their community, their businesses. They know that any damage that was sustained would be very difficult to overcome once they are able to return. So just that fiercely guarding what is so important to that region and making sure that they could do everything they could to protect as much infrastructure so that when they came back they wouldn't be starting from so far behind that it would almost be insurmountable.